Welcome to the online video tutorial series of Advanced Web Programming. In this video, we will learn about Bootstrap programming. So let's start with today's topic, Bootstrap. So basically in the previous video of Bootstrap introduction, I will explain the methods how can we install Bootstrap package in our system. So for that we have two options. First option is download the Bootstrap from the getbootstrap.com. So this is the first way. Using that you can download the Bootstrap software package and then you can use that package to programming. And second one, you are using the concept of CDN. From that Bootstrap library will be referred. So let's understand both the concept. So first is all about the downloading the Bootstrap from the website. So I am opening my web browser. In that I already opened the website getbootstrap.com. Whenever you are entering https getbootstrap.com, you will get this website page. In that you are seeing first what is the Bootstrap introduction, get started and download option. So from this you will get the package of Bootstrap. So when you are completing the download, then you will get the package. So that package is according to your operating system and what you want. So I already download the package which is available. So in my C drive I already installed this Bootstrap 4. So this Bootstrap having a package with number of directories. So this is the first way to download the Bootstrap. Now we are moving what are the packages are available by Bootstrap source code. So I have already discussed Bootstrap having Bootstrap in folder dist, then site, JS, SCSS, these all the directories are available. So let's see all the directories in our Bootstrap folder. From which in this folder you can see dist folder, then docs folder, JS folder, as well as SCSS folder. So these folders are useful right now. So you can see in dist there are a CSS folder is there, one JS folder is there. In particular docs file you can find the number of examples. So this type of these examples is already given by our Bootstrap provider. So this is the already default example, you can refer on later part. Another folder is available, that is your JS file having original source file of your JavaScript which will be used by our Bootstrap, and also SCSS having the number of CSS files which are already used by our Bootstrap package. So this is the directory structure of our Bootstrap. So basically I already discussed that which main two files are used by our Bootstrap. First is CSS, in that bootstrap.min.css, and second one is bootstrap.bundle.min.css. Let's see both the in our given folder. In Bootstrap I am opening this file. In CSS you can see here bootstrap.min file. In JS file you can see our main JS file which will be followed by our bootstrap.bundle.min. So these two main files are for our Bootstrap. So this is the directory structure of our Bootstrap folder. So now we are learning Bootstrap grid system. So for learning this we first know how can we write Bootstrap program. So first we are moving to the Bootstrap basic program with the help of our second method, that is using CDN. So let's start with this particular program. So I'm opening my folder Bootstrap. In that I have a demo hello program. Add it with Notepad++. So in this program you will learn two things: how to write Bootstrap program and what is the second use of CDN. Using that we are doing the Bootstrap programming. So for Bootstrap we compulsorily add HTML5 syntax. So you know the difference between HTML and HTML5. So in HTML we are not requiring to write doc type, but in HTML5 we must require to define which type of programming you are performing. So in HTML5 doc type HTML is compulsorily. So first line is that. In that, after that you are writing your HTML code. So here title is my Bootstrap example, then meta tag is available. So one meta tag is very useful here, that is meta name is equal to viewport. So viewport is defining what are the view of our particular screen, where it defines the width is equal to device view. So when we are talking about the responsiveness of our Bootstrap, this will helpful to us. Now how can we define our particular CDN here? So you can see the concept of CDN. How can we write that? So in our head portion, we have to define both the CSS file and JS file here compulsorily before any scripting. If we are using the CDN here, then first we have to write both the CDN, both the file regarding CDN which is related to our Bootstrap. So first we are writing here link rel is equal to style sheet. From this line you can imagine that this is the related to our CSS file. Okay, so from where it is getting the particular source, so that source will be come from https://maxcdn.bootstrapcdn.com. so I already in previous video of Bootstrap, how can we get the CDN data from that maxcdn. So maxcdn is official our CDN that provides a Bootstrap CDN. So when you are running this program, automatically Bootstrap file is getting by our particular requested from this particular server. So here you can see at the last bootstrap.mean.js, mean.css. So this file will help us to getting the bootstrap.mean.css file from where, which place? That is all about the maxcdn. So from the maxcdn we are getting the CSS file. The same way we are getting the particular JS file. So just concentrate on this line script src is equal to maxcdn bootstrapcdn.com bootstrap, and then in JS folder, from JS folder we are getting bootstrap.mean.js. This is the basic two files we require for Bootstrap programming, one CSS file and one JS file. jQuery is also used by our particular Bootstrap, that's why that API is included here. So this is the common code. This common code is these five lines: meta tags, then CSS, then our jQuery tag, and our JS code. This code are fixed if we are using the CDN concept, and every time when you are requested for this particular web page, this data will be fetched from this particular CDN online directly. It doesn't require to write anything else. So this is the second way how can we write Bootstrap program using CDN. So all of you clear about this. Now we are moving to our hello world program part. So in here portion we already defined all that library we required using CDN. Now everything which we are writing in Bootstrap that contains in one div tag. Okay, so for writing my div tag, for writing my hello world program, I am taking one div tag. In div tag we are using the different classes. So I am explaining this in later part what is container flow. First I want to write my first Bootstrap page, and this is the description why we are using the container float class. So just this is a very simple code. If we want to write hello world program, we can write directly also here h1, but if we want to make a responsive page, then we have to write all that code in div tag. So we are taking one div, in that our different HTML tag will be used. And here we are taking one basic container class, that is a container fluid class. So let's run this program and see what is the output. So I am run this program. Yes, so this is my output, my first bootstrap page, and this is the text which will be written in my paragraph tag. Okay, so if you want to check the responsiveness, then you can resize your browser. Okay, so this is the way how can you check that. Now let's understand the code again. What is the work of my container fluid class? Now what is the purpose of here container fluid class? So if we are talking about the data part which will be put in our particular web page, that contains basic two classes, container classes and container fluid classes. So suppose I am writing here container classes, container class, and let's check what is the change in my output. Okay, this is my output and I have updated my data. Okay, so if we are putting container class and then our data part will be, our data part can be categorized like this. My particular data length is not starting from the basic here. You can see some space is here. Okay, some space is there. So full width is not occupied if we are using which class? Container class. But instead of that, if we are using container fluid class, then what is the change? You can see now. Yes, so this is the change. If we are using the only container class, it will take some space and then output will be generated. But when we are choosing the container fluid class, it will use full width of your page. So it is a standardized format. If we are using container fluid class as a in div, then full width our web page is used. So this is the basic of our hello world program. So let's recap this code. If we want to write the hello world program, and this is the this program is using the CDN concept. Okay, so for that we have to basically use three functions. First is to link CSS and second one is link our JS code. For that you have to write rel relation is equal to style sheet, and we have to write our link of from where our data will be fetched. The same way for our JS and jQuery. Instead of that, if you want to use the basic bootstrap folder which we are downloaded, then we have to write the path. Okay, so simply suppose I am writing that C drive, then bootstrap 4 in that particular path. So we have to write the path from where this file can be fetched. Okay, so suppose we are seeing that in my C drive, bootstrap 4 folder is there in 4, and my this folder CSS is there, and bootstrap.min is available. Then I have to copy this path, and that path will be pasted here instead of CDN. So both the way you can write the CSS file here. Okay, the same way for script. Okay, if you want to use the downloaded bootstrap min.gss, then you have to just copy and paste this path here. So using bootstrap package and without bootstrap package using CDN, you can use the bootstrap using particular path. So this is the basic of our particular bootstrap hello world program. Now next move to the our second portion of our this part, that is all about grid system. So I already discussed that whole data will be our particular path. The page is divided into the number of columns, and basically it will divide it into the 12 parts. Suppose if you want to create this, how can we do that? Let's understand one by one. So I am taking one example for that. So great demo is there. Okay, so let's understand this code again. So this portion is same. Okay, every time you want to use new program, the doc type, then meta text, then link, script, CDN, all particular data will be same. Now change will be from your particular code type. So suppose I want to perform dividing my particular row into the 3 equal column. Okay, this program is telling how can we divide this grid system. So whole particular row is basically divided into the 12 part, but suppose I want to divide this column into the 3 equal part. So for that, first we are taking div class is equal to row. In that we are writing first how many columns will be taken by our first column. Okay, so for that div class is equal to call then dash md. We already know what is md. Md for medium devices, and for is how many column will be taken for our particular size of div. So I want to take 4. So first div tag is defining that my particular division tag having 4 column from the total 12 one. The same code will be written for next column because I want to divide whole 12 span into the 3 equal 4. So 4 4 4. I am taking 3 equal part using this code because first particular div contains 4 1, next containing 4 1, and the last one containing 4 1. So my whole screen will be divided into the 3 equal part for this div tag. This is for row number 1. Now second code is for 2 unequal columns. So for second row, if I want to take first div having 4 columns and second my div having 8 columns, for that we are taking this code. So my code is very simple. Div class is equal to row call dash md dash 4 for 4 column and dash 8. Okay, so this is the basic how can we write. I'm writing that for another one, so I'm just removing that. We are just writing and I'm running this code. This is the you can see this particular data item how it will be displayed here. Okay, so according to that it will be containing. So I will try to manage this to display on your part. Okay, you can see here. Okay, so this is my first portion, this is second portion, and this is my last portion. So it will be divided into the 3 equal part here. Now suppose if we don't want to move that, then what happen here? You can see it is a responsive because all the data items trying to manage here. So first is all about my 4 column and second is taking the remaining one. How can I do that? So I can use inspect element here. Okay, in inspect element I can go to my code, HTML code. This okay, body portion for HTML code is there. In that yes, here you can see the particular data item from where our part will be divided. Div class, so it will contain whole div class here. Okay, now in that we are taking first one, that is my div class, that is taking equal 3 portion. Okay, so that is the case of div 1, that is the div 2, and that is the div 3. So it will take the equal size when you are trying to do that. Next one is for my second div, that is unequal, so for 4 portion, and this is take 8 portion. Okay. So this is the case. How can we manage that things in our responsiveness? Again, if you want to resize that, then it will try to exist this one. Okay. Now another, I am displaying another example using that you can easily knowing how can it display the data items. So this is the demo of our image. Okay, so you can see the particular data item here, all the images are here. Okay, this is the full image, but when I am resizing that page, the size of image is also changed, you can see. Okay, so this is the example of responsiveness. Okay, so this is all about our today's session. In next video I will explain the remaining classes of our Bootstrap. Thank you for watching.